Good morning, sir. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us today. I am Cheryl Maripangan and
I'm Darlene Maytipakan.
Sige, good
From-
morning po.
from Bohol International Learning College. We're conducting an interview to learn more about the challenges and rewards of working as a social worker. Can you tell how long have you been working as a social worker and what led you to this profession?
I'm working for almost 3 years now as social worker. But prior to that, I was able to work as an OIC in SWDO for about 2 years.
Ano?
So, all in all, here in the LGU Gindulman, I've been working as social welfare worker, whatever, for almost 5 years already.
As a social worker in an LGU, can you share to us what are your tasks and functions?
The mandate of the Municipal Social Welfare and Development Office is really to provide social protection programs and social welfare services of the constituents. And that would not limit only of providing financial assistance, relief goods. That it does not limit only on the registration and issuances of IDs for PWDs, solo parent, and among others. But I think it also includes on how the office can proactively make plans and innovate services so that all of the challenges and issues arising from the communities will be addressed.
In a typical work day, what are the issues and problems you usually encounter?
In a regular and normal days, for example, there's always that client coming in, walking in, asking for financial help for hospitalization. Many clients are, renewing their IDs on PWDs and solo parents. There's always clients who are complaining about why they are not being included in the national programs like Pantawid, Social Pension, and among others. So these are just normal problems that I have encountered. One of the normal problems that I usually cater here on a normal days is kaning problema sa mga minors na sa ACL, and along with the problems related to children are also problems related to marriage, family, mga inunana. So yes, one of our services is to provide pre-marriage counseling for the couples who wants to get married. But the following day, couples also are coming in because they wanted to parted their ways. Kaya magbuwag na sila. Nga nataka kanang unsay tawagan ni ka broad ba sa profession sa social work kada tungod kay we thought we are just catering people because they wanted to make their own family. But sometimes if they also need to part their ways, naapod gihapon ta. So mo na.
Can you also share what are your programs and services and clientele?
Okay, so as I have mentioned, we cater the registration and issuances of IDs for PWDs, and as you all know, there are laws and policies that we need to abide and we need to implement so that all of PWDs can make avail of. And we also have solo parent, and following the law also of the solo parent. That is why the office should cater the registration and issuances of IDs of the solo parents. We also have assistance to individuals in crisis situation, which is AX, because LGU has implemented AX also. This is being patterned by the program being implemented by the National government. So we replicate that here in the LGU. Um, we also cater various protection initiatives to women's and children who are victim of different abuses, and we work together with the WCPD, PNP, and there's a lot. And this is also on top of our function as part of the disaster response and partner of the early recovery of every disaster. So kung na ay disaster, we are obliged to provide immediate relief, such as the provision of foods and even non-food items, no, that are needed by the victims of calamities and disasters. Napay daghan pero di na ko matagsa-tagsa pa.
Okay. Working with your clients, what do you think are your strengths as a social worker? How about weaknesses, if there are any?
Well, one of the strengths that I think I have is I am prompt of addressing certain issues right away. I did not put that an overnight sleep. Kumbaga, I did not bring every problems into dreams, but right there and then, I have to really work that out. And I have also that strong connections to, for example, if there is a need for the assistance for for the PNP, then I can call right away the PNP. If I need to have the assistance from the Pink Room, are you guys familiar with the
No.
term Pink Room?
No.
It's a facility in the hospital that caters abused women and children for medical examinations. And we call it Pink Room. And so if we need to connect with them right away, then I have to do that. No. Weakness is that people doesn't know that while I am solving their problems, I have also my own problems. Clients does not know that when I am trying to fix a family problem, I have also my own family problems. People doesn't know that if I have to settle issues related to their minors, I also have a minors that I struggle with. So the weakness, I think, is that at the end of the day, it's very stressful for me to carry all of the problems being encountered the whole day, and then it's going down to myself and said like I am absorbing all their problems while I'm struggling my own.
Can you also share an experience or significant success or sense of fulfillment you've had in your social works career?
Every client that able to get justice is already a success for me.
Wow.
And since I seated here as a municipal social worker, I brought a lot of criminals already in the court and put them in prison. And I
Wow.
think that's the biggest success. I tried once to kanang kung tawag ka ng bugaw here because namugaw siya og 13, 14 years old nga bata. And it came to the point nga I contacted NBI. We conducted the entrapment operation and napriso ang bugaw, and only to find out she has a 1-year-old baby. Unya, wala siya kapasidad para mo-hire og abogado. So nangayo siya og certificate of indigency sa akong opisina. Nga ako mo to'y nagpapriso niya. Di ba? Masakita, no? Mao dyan na yung akong kunga. Ha? Mangayo siya og certification na ako kay aron maka-avail siya og libreng abogado. Nga ako mo to'y nagpa-entrap niya.
Yun sa ito niyo, sir.
Gisyuhan na lang po na ako dahil. So pait sud kayo, but asking the question, answering the question, every client that that obtain fair and got justice, no, fair treatment and justice, is already a success for a social worker who is facilitating. We are not the ones giving them the justice, but the work of the social worker, as later on you will know, is only a facilitator yun, but the facilitator for change, a facilitator for justice and equality.
We all know working in social welfare demands time. How do you manage balance between work and personal time?
It's really hard to balance. Honestly, people may disagree with me because some people are good really in managing time. But for me, bias ko because when we talk about job, especially in social work, you cannot just say nga dili ka pwedeng mo respondi if there is a call for you to rescue somebody, even in the middle of the night. And it happens here a lot that 10 o'clock in the evening, 12 o'clock in the evening, I need to go to the barangay hall, I need to go to the community because there are mga bata nga nagbuhat og mga krimen na ay mga ninglayas, na ay mga asawa nga ninglayas silang mga balay kana tungod kay gipang kulata silang mga bana. Unya dili man ka pwede mo ingon nga ugma na lang. So it's really hard, especially in social work because for me 24 hours 7 days a week dapat nakaantabay ka o dapat ready kang mo responde sa kung unsa gikinahanglan sa mga tao sa komunidad.
What do you think is one of the challenges of the social work profession?
Ang pinakadakong challenge for me is you are addressing problems for others because that's the call of your profession, regardless if you are struggling your own. Diyan sana ako pag-handle support sa family and constant explanation because sometimes ang pinakadakong kontra nimo when you do your profession sa social work, ang pinakadakong kontra nimo if your family is not supporting you in work. And we cannot deny the fact that there are children of a social worker who committed suicide. There are also a lot of social workers who are now in a dysfunctional families because they are broken families. Pambuwagan sa asawa, pambuwagan sa bana, mananangani kayo asawa, pambuwag ka ron. Bisa kadaghan na nang yun nga magbuwag mi. Inga na ba? So that's one of the thing. And when you are practicing your social work profession, it's also very important for you to have peer group support bitaw nga naa kay system nga mga social workers pud nga you can always kada bitaw kung ano siya call away, one call away na siya nga hindi na mo busy dapat problema revision sa naman po na siya. And at the same time siya po doon dapat siyang problema and so na ay dapat mga close no mga core peer group nimo nga magdinasigay because if wala lisod kaayo. So more na usa sa mga challenges you are bringing the answer to every question, you are bringing solutions to every problems, but no one is giving it back to you. That's the challenge. Nga inigsuod pa lang nga rin mga tao nagtuon na yun sila nakita na sila Ginoo. Kaya inagawas nila ng pultahan na nagbitbit o naghampi na sila daghan kayo solusyon sa ilang problema. Wa sila kahibaw nga inagtalikod nila. Ako ra o gang akong problema ang nahabilin lang usa. So yun na.
We are still freshman students. Can you share to us tips on how to make sure we are right for this profession?
Akong tip lang usa. If that what your heart dictates, go for it. Because I believe being social worker is a calling. Anything in your class from first year to fourth year, you might be talking a lot of principles and guidelines and laws and strategies. But when you launch to your own field of your social work profession, it might differ na. And the rest of the thing nga dapat nimong i-perform is kanang you need to initiate na of your own. Kaya ang uban wa naman na sa pag-eskwelahan day. Oo. Oo. Na ay ubang mga sitwasyon nga wa na to maeskwelahan. When we actually doing our practice na already. But the thing is that you need to initiate. You need to do what is the best to do. Ug wa kay calling, walay may tabo. Maparehari gyapon ka sa ubang social worker nga walay initiative, walay gihimo. Dili sila fulfilling sa ilang pagka-social worker. Or kaha ang pagtanaw sa mga tao nga social worker lagi na siya diya, pero muduol ta niya di wa matay makuha niyang solusyon. So ingon na. So one of the tips is search ninyo kung call ba gyud ninyo. Kaya kung di nyo calling, lisod kayo, struggle kayo mo kung mag-practice na mo sa tinuod nga trabaho pagka-social worker.
As a closing question, what do you think makes a good social worker?
I had friends who are social worker also, but some of them they are only good at their heads and not on their hearts. And for me, to be a good social worker, not just you understand and you accepted it as a call, is that you can work with your brain and with passion from your heart. And I think that would make you a good social worker. Kaya daghan kayo mga social worker, bright kaayo pahimuha og social case summary lamig kay basahon. Pero pag abot sa kinahiyas ngadto sila mga kliyente, matugpas uban, hindi makaog iro. Ug na-experience yun na ako. Sa ako mga kailan po ubang mga social worker. Ngagikan sila yung lungsod niya, nangari silang si Ruben, nagingin sila, Sir, lahi lagi ka ni. Lahi lagi ka ani nila, lahi lagi ka nila. Wow, lahi-lahi malagi ng tao. Pero kaya ipamutana malagi ko ninyo what makes us a good social worker. Muna, we use our brain and thinking, our logic, with passion from our heart. And you cannot do that if it is not your call. So, right now, as a freshman students, feel it nga call ba yun yung mag-social worker mo. Because when you graduated, when you are equipped already, and when you are registered social worker someday, you can be a good social worker if you use all of your learnings and knowledge acquired plus the initiative with the passion of your heart to serve. That's very important. And I hope I have imparted you some of the things that you need to know and some of the things that you need to take home and live with it as you continue pursuing your profession as a social worker. And someday, kung magkita ka, RSW na niya mo, kung asa na mo ipahimutan sa Ginoo niya puhon, di mo makalimot ani mga butanga nga ako gipaambit ninyo. Kay para nako, dili na ako ni ginahatag sa uban. Dili na ako ni ginahatag sa mga taong wa magkinahanglan ini. But para nako karon, you need those words. You need those wisdom para mas ma-equip pa mo aron mo porsige mo para mahimo pa mo mas epektibo nga social worker unya pohon.
Yes, po.
So good luck.
Oh, thank you, sir.
God bless. And
Thank you, sir.
thank you for coming over.
Thank you. Daghan sa may nakakatunan ni mo, sir. I learned that being a social worker is like being a hero. From my conversation with Sir Rubin, it became clear that social workers dedicate themselves to solving other people's problem, often putting their own challenges aside. Sir Rubin shared how he receives calls for help even in the middle of the night, demonstrating that this role requires an unwavering commitment to others. regardless of personal sacrifice. It made me realize that social work is more than just a job. It's a calling. It requires an open heart, genuine compassion, and a deep desire to make a difference, no matter the cost. Sir Ruben's dedication is a reminder that true service often means prioritizing the needs of others. And this level of selflessness is what makes social workers real-life heroes.
I realized that being a social worker truly like being a hero. As Sir Rubino shared during our interview, social work isn't just about earning a paycheck. It's about making a real difference in people's lives. He spoke passionately about how each problem he helps solve is like personal better. For social work is calling, something you pursue not because of the money but because you genuinely want to help others. His words reminded me that true fulfillment comes from the impact we have on others. Not choosing a path rather than be compassionate and make all the difference. It is kind of dedication that turns ordinary into heroes.